I first heard about Young Life through one of my really close friends. Her name is Mary Macy. And she mentioned to me, hey, Stella, like, you should come to this church thing with me. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, oh, it's a church service. And she was like, well, if you come, I'll get you a churro. I was like, that sounds great. As if free food is provided, then I'll go. And I remember showing up, and it seemed like a really great group of people. And it wasn't like a church service that I'd been to, because we were singing, like, Party in the USA. And I remember that it was through one of my really close friends that I first started coming to Young Life. My first impression of club was running through a bunch of people's arms, and there was like Party in the USA playing, and I was totally lost because it seemed like we were having like a party. So I was dancing and having fun, and I was in the back of my head, I was like, I thought this was going to be like church. And I remember, we're just dancing, singing, having fun. It felt like I was at like a summer camp. And then towards the end, we started talking about the Lord. And I remember the biggest thing that stuck out to me was the sense of community and the group of people that were there, because it was so much fun, and yet we balanced it perfectly with learning about the Lord at the same time. One moment of Young Life that has really stuck to me was when I went to wilderness camp, which is where you go hiking. And I remember towards the middle of the week, we would have these things called quiet time, where you would go and they would give you a piece of scripture, and you'd go off by yourself and you'd read it. And I have always been someone who struggled understanding scripture because I felt like there was so much being said that I wasn't able to comprehend. And I remember towards the middle of the week, we were given something out of Psalms. And I remember reading this and being like, wait, this is like poetry. And I was reading it, and so much understanding came through that because it was like a language that I understand. And I remember being able to come back from that and talk to people about what I had learned from reading Psalms. And it was through like small things like, here, try this new verse of scripture, and talking to other people, that I was able to understand that I could apply my talents to like my passion for the Lord. I think Young Life has changed my life in the way that it showed me that there is no such thing as a perfect Christian, just someone who is trying to follow the Lord the best they can. Being surrounded by a bunch of people who are my age and group, like even when it comes to our leaders who are just a little bit older than me, it always felt like I was never alone in my struggles. This is something that I wrote while I was at Wilderness, surrounded by God's creation, and it really spoke to my spiritual talent, which is poetry, so I wanted to share it with y'all. It's titled The Greatest Artist. I was given the pen by the greatest artist there ever was. The one who spoke in the sun and said, let there be light, who gave us cool mornings and bright stars and then night. Oh, I have undoubtedly been created by the Lord, and therefore I am a masterpiece. I am the clay he sees no faults in. Molded by his gentle hands, I'm the artwork he continues to welcome home. And so, when I consider his heavens, the moon and the stars which he has set into place, I'm in realization that there has never been a more creative God. For as long as his holy blood trickles through my veins, as long as my tongue can speak of his praise, I will use the pen given to me by the greatest artist ever made.